Character design is fundamental for every game, and rigging is a huge part of that. Rigging is a technique used for applying a skeleton to a 2D or a 3D object, simplifying the animation process and used for production efficiency. In this video, we'll cover the process of creating a skeleton and applying it to a 2D sprite. This video is part of a much larger series where I cover everything you need to know for building your own 2D side view game. The project is available for free through my GitHub account, and you can access that by clicking the link in the description below. Please be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel, and also check out my Patreon account if you want to donate that way. Also, be sure to follow us on our social media accounts to get updates on the latest videos. Alright, so in Unity I have some sprites already created. We'll be working with the alien sprite for now. The sprite was saved as a PSD, which allows us to maintain the layered structure of the drawing. This alien was originally created in Adobe Illustrator, converted to a Photoshop document, and then exported as a PSD. To start rigging the character, we need to open the Sprite Editor, which is going to enable us to create the skeleton structure for a character. You can open that by navigating to the Window tab, highlighting 2D, and selecting Sprite Editor. This allows us to subdivide the character if we need, but since I've already saved my character in a layered structure, I'll switch over to the Skinning Editor by navigating the Window Selector dropdown and selecting Skinning Editor. So this is the Skinning Editor, and the first thing I'd like to do is just click this visibility toggle, which will list the layers that our sprite is made out of, along with the bones once we start adding them. So here's the list of sprites, and if I toggle this icon, you can see that the layers visibility has changed. This of course then is the listing for all of the bones connected to this sprite, but since we don't have any yet, let's start there. So to add a bone, navigate to the side tool panel and select the Create Bone button. I'll draw the head bone first, so I'll start the bone at the bottom of the head sprite by right-clicking and carrying it through to the top of the head, and then right-clicking again. Then I'll left-click to end the group there, and let's create the torso bone by creating a new bone again. I'll right-click at the top of the shirt and carry this one down to the bottom of the shirt by right-clicking at the bottom. Then I'll left click to end this group, and now we can focus on the legs. So now for the legs, I want the thigh bone, calf bone, and foot bone. Since I want the foot bone to be affected by the shin bone, we need to make sure that the foot bone is nested inside the calf bone, and subsequently the calf bone needs to be nested in the thigh bone. So we can achieve this by drawing the bone, right-clicking at the start, right-clicking at the end, but instead of left-clicking to end the group, we'll continue on by right-clicking to create our next bone. Let's do this with the other leg as well, and once we have that finished, we can focus on the arms. For the arms, all I want is a bicep and a forearm bone, which I will keep nested the same way I did for the legs. Let's make sure to name all of these bones right away before you start animating or anything else, because if you decide to rename these bones after animation, the animation clip won't be able to find the bone with the updated name. So it's really important to do that here. Now we need to map each sprite to the specified bone. I'll achieve this one at a time for the best possible result. First, I'll make sure to hide all of the other sprites and all of the other bones with the exception of the head. And with the head sprite selected along with the head bone enabled, I'll navigate to the Auto Geometry button in the toolbar and then select Generate for Selected. As you can see, our sprite turns to the color of the bone, which means that the head sprite is now influenced by the head bone. So let's do the same with the torso. I'll hide everything again but the torso sprite and the torso bone. Then I'll select the torso sprite, navigate to Auto Geometry, and select Generate for Selected. Now for the arm, I have 2 bones for a single sprite, so I need to make sure that both bones are enabled. I'll follow the same process here. You can see that Unity takes care of splitting the sprite into 2 where the bones come to a joint. So if I rotate the forearm, only that part of the sprite is going to be affected by the bones movement. Next, I'll start mapping the leg with the thigh and calf bone, and then I'll map the foot to the foot bone. After completing the skinning for both legs and both arms, I'm ready to apply the changes to the sprite, and I can do that by going up here and clicking apply. Now if I re-enter scene view and drag my character in, you can see that I have an entire skeleton added to my game object, and these bones fully influence the movement of the sprites. So our character is fully rigged and ready for us to start animating. What's up everyone, thanks for watching. Please be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Also make sure to follow us on social media to get the latest news updates.